Hello, Horror Explained here. Today, we would be seeing a recap of a Thai horror movie produced in 2007 titled 13 Game of Death. Spoilers alert. Stay calm and enjoy. A Boy Scout member saw an old woman crossing the road. The woman was too slow and she couldn't get her grip fast before the time on the traffic light runs out. The boy went to help the woman cross the road. While helping the woman's belongings fell. He helped her pick them up and helped her to safety. His phone fell on the road. Just as the light changed and the car started walking, the young boy went to pick up his phone but was crushed by a car and died. Punchit visited a musical school to sell Yamaha products. He had negotiated with this school and he thought he would win the sales. However, when he got there, he was told another employee had pitched to them and that would prefer to buy through them. On his way home, he received a call from his mother asking him if he would visit home for the holiday. He told her he wouldn't be privileged to visit home, but if he can, he would come. His mother asked that he comes with his girlfriend Mue. That night, he showered, checked the music cassette his girlfriend sent to him, and slept. The next morning, as he wanted to leave home, he was told he had an arrear of 2 months, therefore his house and car had been seized. He went to work that day on a bus. He met with Tong, his colleagues on the bus. Tong commented she was tired of her job. At work that day, Punchit confronted his colleague that stole his deal. The guy told him he was too slow. Their boss, Sunbu, called him, told him he hadn't been productive and the company is about to start using the computer, hence they wouldn't need unproductive staff, so he was asked to write a resignation letter. Within 24 hours, Punchit lost his job, his house, and his car. He sat by the stairs frustrated had Tong, his colleague, tried to console him. He received a call from his mother asking for money. He told her he would send the money and ended the call. He received another call from an unknown number. They told him they were from a game show and he had been chosen as part of the people to participate in the game to win a lump sum of money. He thought they were teasing, so he didn't take them seriously until they gave him all his information telling him they know he had just been sacked and he had a lot of loans. The caller told him a fly is disturbing him. He asked him to use the newspaper behind him to kill the fly and win some money. He was informed that if he loses the first task, he wouldn't get any call from them again. Punchit took the newspaper, killed the fly, he held the fly, he received a message that 10,000 had been deposited to his account. He got a call from the number again. They asked him to eat the fly as his second task. He went back to the office, deliberated if he should eat the fly as he threw the fly into his mouth. Tong saw him and asked what it was, but he lied to Tong. He got a call from the number telling him he had qualified for the next stage and he has the chance to win 100 million baht. They gave him the rule of the game. First, if he asks to stop the game at any stage, he would lose the money. If anyone knew he was playing the game, he would lose all the money. And lastly, if he tries to investigate about the game, he would lose all the money. He was told to leave his workplace and to start the game properly. For the third game, he was taken to a school, and he was asked to make 3 kids cry. When he met the first kid, he pushed him, but he didn't cry. He went inside the playground, destroyed the kids' toys, and they started crying. He remembered when he was a kid and his father was destroying his toys. The teachers caught him and chased him. The teacher reported him to the police station. At the police station, a beggar also reported that a man stole his money and beat him up. That was Punchit's 4th task. For the 5th task, he was asked to go for a lunch at a Chinese restaurant. At the restaurant, he was served feces and was asked to eat it all. While he was watching the food, he was reminded of the past again. He asked the caller who he was, and the caller told him never to ask that question again, else the game would end. He ate the food quickly and left when Tong was coming by. He quickly went out of the restaurant, vomited all the food. By then he received 500,000 baht. For his next task, he was told to trade his phone for a puzzle with a lunatic. He asked how they would be able to communicate, and they told him he would find the representatives at the bus stop to give him another phone. He went to a lunatic who disguised as a king, traded his phone. As the lunatic was talking, he called attention to him and people gathered around him. Tong saw people gather and saw it was Punch It. She tried to call him, but he left before she got to him. He boarded a bus to take the phone. Some teens got the phone before him and he fought with the kids. The kids humiliated him. He had no choice as he needed the phone. They fought till he fell off the bus with one of the boys. The boy he fell off with tried to attack him with a knife. In response, he used a meat stick to hit the boy's head and he collapsed. The crowd gathered around him and again were watching him. He checked the boy's pocket and saw a letter with 6, meaning that was his 6th task. A phone rang in the boy's pocket. He picked the phone up and it was the game show. They told him he was doing a great job and he had gathered the best view since the game started. For his next task, he was told to walk 3 bus stops away. All local outlets carried news about Punch It. Tong watched the news, took the cassette he gave him, and browsed his name out. She saw his page was tagged restricted 13 beloved. For the next task, Punch It walked to an abandoned house. On the television he watched about the owner of the house who refused to sell his house. He got a call from the game house. He was told the owner had fallen into the well. He was told to save the owner so at least would do a good deed. He was told to save him, call the relatives to come to pick up his body within 10 minutes. He entered the well to meet the owner's decomposed body. He struggled to bring the body out. He brought the body out and called the relative. The nephew picked up in first and didn't understand what he was saying. The son picked later and didn't understand Punch It too. The time given to him ran out. He thought he had lost the game, and he saw the family members running towards him. He told them he saw the news, checked the house, and saw him in the well. He left them and sat at a park trying to smoke. Tong searched about the 13 beloved. She didn't know the password, so she wasn't granted. One of the operatives granted her access. She checked the website and saw all the videos of Punch It tasks. She didn't know she was being watched. Where Punch It sat, he saw his ex-girlfriend Moe. He begged her to come back to him, but she refused. She told him he could never make her famous. While they were talking, Moe's present boyfriend came. Moe introduced Punch It, and Punch It noticed Moe was being assaulted by the guy. For his next game, he was asked to use a chair to hit Moe's boyfriend. He happily did that task. After hitting him, he took him on a cab with Moe to the hospital. At the hospital, a police officer, Surachai, was so interested in the case, he called for backup officers to search for Punch It at the hospital. For his next task, he was told to find one of their representatives in the hospital. He found the old woman. It was the old woman in the first scene. With the help of the old woman, he was able to leave the hospital. Surachai got a call from one of his bosses telling him to call off the search for Punch It. Tong borrowed her sister's car to find Punch It. For his 10th task, he was asked to follow every instruction the old woman sent him. The woman stopped by a house by the roadside, asks that he helps her tie a cloth wire across the road. As he did, he saw some teens coming on bikes. Wire cut down their heads and they died. They called him and congratulated him on winning the next stage. He got furious, threw his phone away and called them inhuman. Tong got to where he was, saw the dead bodies and was shocked. The old woman brought his phone to him because he had a call. They told him that for his 11th game, he should either kill Tong or her dog. So he killed the dog and left her. Tong got furious and promised to report Punch It to the police. She went to the police station to report him, but all the evidence she brought was invalid. She saw the 13 beloved sign on the police officer's table and she left. Outside the police station, she saw some women talking about a man who killed their cow and removed the lung. She asked for the address and went there. That was Punch It's 12th task. For his final task, he was told to open a door with a key. In the room, he found his abusive father, tied to a chair and looking unconscious. Tong tried to stalk him when he was entering the room, but she was kidnapped by the organizer of the game, Mr. Key. When she woke, Mr. Key told her other viewers pay to join the game and not hack their website. He asked her to watch Punchit's last task. Punchit was given a knife to kill his father. He thought about the painful childhood he had with his father. He realized all the games he had been playing were a recap of all his father did to him. As he was about to stab him, he remembered that the major reason why his mom took much care of him is just that she didn't want him to become like his father. He hesitated. While he stood, his father woke up and killed him, thereby winning his own game. Tong shouted at Mr. Key, calling him a murderer, but Mr. Key told her he didn't kill him. Tong was dropped off by the roadside. Ending the movie, Sudachai came to pick Tong so he can continue his investigation. Thank you for watching our recap. Please remember to subscribe to our channel so you can get notified when we post the next recap. See you next time.